Hey everybody, welcome back to Angry Badger Minis. We have finished, for the most part, we have finished the heavy bolter teams. I mean, there's still some things I need to do, like putting some rebar in, and obviously the full basing, if you will. But that's okay. It doesn't really matter. But as you can see, we finished all 6 of those, and we're working on the autocannons. The one problem I've got is I just realized this as I decided to well, I had the window up. Let me see here. What the heck's going on here? My little man is not trying to go to sleep. That's okay though. That's okay. Alright, I don't know what is going on here with this website here. Let me see. I don't know. We're gonna have to get rid of that. Remove. I had everything set up and now just, ghost in the machine kind of stuff, I guess. So, I don't know. But, anyway, let's see here. Yeah, I had all this set up. And, so I apologize. But we'll get it taken care of here real quick. But anyway, what I failed to realize is that the gunner was on the other side. So, while I have fixed one of those, I am now going to have to essentially cut off or get these, cut off. And that's not a big deal. They haven't been glued on there that long, which is good. Again, working time of crazy glue. So it's more of a kind of a gel a little bit. Or where I can, kind of pop it off like you just saw me do. There we go. And then all I'm going to do in this case, so I don't ruin the rest of my base, is just turn it around. Because, obviously, excuse me, and I am, I do have barrels that are pointed, opposite directions and things like that, just for that dynamic look. I'll be, putting bricks and things like that around, so we'll be just fine. The other thing is, I suspect I will get done with these pretty fast tonight, because they assembled relatively fast. Now they kind of halfway know what I'm doing. The only issue I have with moving on, which the next thing would be the mortar teams. I mean, I guess I could move on to the 6 las cannon teams, but the problem I have is what was I going to say? I'm trying to think. The mortars. The mortars, what you call it, they, Forge World kind of screwed up again. I think I covered this yesterday, but I'm not entirely sure, so if I didn't, bear with me. But, this piece right here, is my problem. This is the base plate for the mortars, and I'm missing one. Not because I'm missing it, because it was never included. So I made, an Instamold deal, and this hasn't been in here that long, so I'm not going to pull it out right now. Even though it's relatively thin, I can see just messing with it is still kind of spongy. So unfortunately, that probably won't be ready tonight to pull out, especially considering this part right here. This little flange right here, the skinny part. Let me turn that around for you. I don't want that to break off, so it's gonna need time to harden, and so we probably will not get to that tonight, which is unfortunate, because I was really looking forward to putting those together. But I'm glad I caught this, ahead of time. And if you can hear that, that is my grot who does not want to go to sleep. Sorry we're late, but we had to take our little man to the urgent care, velocity care, whatever the hell it's called. Just had some concerns about his condition, and of course everything we figured it was correct. And he's gonna be fine. Just, you know, gonna have to get over, it's like you know, baby infant eczema thing, so nothing serious, which is good. Alright, get some more glue here. But, you know, family comes first kind of thing. And I did put it on the Discord just to let you guys know, and on my Facebook, but if you're not on there, you would not have seen it. So I encourage you to become a member. Doesn't cost you anything. Just jump on there, look up Angry Badger Minis, and you will find me, no problem. Alright, so we've kind of already got ahead of ourselves here. I already have this stuff kind of broken down. The only thing I don't have done is the arms, so I'll work on those while these cure. I'm not sure how well they'll do, but we'll find out soon enough. Let's see here, and that's my other little grot in the background. She is definitely more vocal than her brother is, that's for sure. So my apologies if that's a little loud or not. It's the joys of parenthood. Let's see here. Alright, we'll just cut these off here. Let me put that over there. So, what can we talk about today? Something that I saw on a Facebook chat, and I replied to it a while ago, but I guess I never got the notification that the guy replied back regarding Masters of Ordnance with sorry, I'm not even in the camera. Masters of Ordnance with Earthshaker, you know, cannon batteries, like for Krieg. My understanding, because, you know, this whole keyword thing is just I don't know, I'll be honest with you, it's like the stupidest thing I've ever seen. You know, just, I mean, we're making the game way too damn difficult for the average player to really even understand, you know, and have to keep up with. I mean, people want to complain about bookkeeping. Well, there you go, man. That was, you know, again, in my opinion, it's the dumbest thing I've ever seen. But what was I going to say? You know, the fact that, you know, Earthshaker carriage battery is not listed as a keyword, it doesn't matter. It's still an Earthshaker cannon. You know what I mean? And if you're going to have that guy on the table, if you will, well, then don't play with him, or just say, hey, man, counts as a basilisk. You know, I mean, that's all there is to this. It's just, you know, absolutely stupid to think that you're gonna not be able to play. I mean, am I wrong? Are we coming up with more and more ways to, or more and more reasons not to play? Because that's what it sounds like. Everything from the paint jobs to the, you know, the changing up or modeling, you know, of our stuff. I mean, just it's absolutely ridiculous. You know, definitely it's not tournament friendly, in my opinion, or make, you know, I mean, mind you, you're gonna have the guys that want to play tournaments and they're not gonna care because they have no attachment to their armies. But those of us that do, you know, that's a whole nother ball game. Bring this up some. You know, but again, like we talked about yesterday, you know, GW doesn't really care about what we have to say or think, so there's that. And then furthermore, while I'm not trying to knock anybody here, you do have legitimate fanboys out there that don't, hell, they don't even understand life, let alone trying to take sides on stuff without seeing the bigger picture or the thorough picture. And again, I'm not on here tonight just to start, you know, ranting and raving and poking people in the eye. It's just, you know, it's these little things that, you know, makes me wonder sometimes, what the heck am I even in this hobby for? I enjoy the hell out of it. I love the fiction. I love this, you know, I mean, if I didn't, I sure as hell wouldn't be putting together all these armies, and I would have turned around and sold it all on eBay, you know what I mean, all I'm doing is spending more money in glue and time and effort and blah, 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 if I really didn't enjoy it. But it's, I also, I guess, I don't think I've ever seen anybody do what I'm doing. I'm not saying that they haven't put multiple armies together and things like that over their career of playing, but not at one time like this, unless they actually worked probably for Games Workshop or some other miniature company, or maybe they're a paint, you know, a commission painter, and they're just really busy. That would be, I think, a good indicator of that. But yeah, I think we're stepping away from what matters, if that makes sense, and it's kind of annoying. It's, I guess, the easiest way for me to say it. Alright, so I'm gonna have to, unfortunately, I was trying to make it to where these cannons weren't sitting so far back, just because I didn't want the barrels sticking out so far, but it looks like I'm not gonna have that ability. Yeah, it doesn't look like I'm gonna have that ability, just because of the size of it, and that's okay, because this is going to give me the perfect, you know, clue for my las cannon teams and what's going to happen there, so I'll understand. Let me just check this dude. He's got space, and this guy has space. Okay, so it was just that one then. That's not too bad, mainly because I have the gun turned, so that's what I'm dealing with. Alright, so same thing as last time. All we got to do is attach and level that arm, and it'll be right where we want it to be. This time, though, I did not have to cut off the handle because there is no handle. So I guess in a way that's a good thing. Not really sure, but we'll roll with it. And as you guys can see, we're getting a lot faster at assembling these particular dudes. But it is interesting that how many parts and stuff I've had to make for this army to be complete. I can tell you that while one of my goals is to buy a Warlord Titan from Forge World, like the, you know, the legit Warlord Titan, I'm very concerned about it, that purchase, having gone through what I've gone through with this army. Again, you would think that someone who spent the amount of money that I spent on this Krieg army in one show, you know, one pop, that there would have been, you know, I mean, obviously I'm not special, and it should be for everybody, regardless of the amount that you spent. You know, even if you bought one freaking model, the care should still be taken to make sure that everything was, you know, good to go. And that's not the case with this army. And this army is massive, lots of money spent, and it was just, you know, it just, in a way, I mean, my gut tells me it was kind of thrown together in the bag. And that's, you know, it's unfortunate, but because of our modeling skills and our experience, we're making it work. And I am not unhappy with what I'm able to accomplish. If anything, it's building up my skills, you know, for later on. You know, I mean, you gotta take it, you know, however you get it. Okay, so this guy right here apparently does not have anything he's attached to, so that's gonna make this a lot easier. So with this guy, just, you know, we're just gonna throw arms in this dude and he'll be done, other than attaching him to the base or attaching him to my finger. And he's too heavy in the front. Okay, got it. Let's see here. By the way, those of you that were able to join last night, again, thank you so much. I had a great time. It was awesome. Those of you that are watching this after the fact, you know, hopefully you enjoyed it if you did happen to watch it. And I also apologize. I went back and watched some of it myself. I apologize about the video with the videos that we watched. I'm sorry, the audio with the videos that we watched. It did not occur to me at the time that I had both the sound from the desktop going as well as my microphone, so that's why you were getting that weird reverb, if you will. So I will try to remember that in the future. There's a strong rumor out there about new Black Templar models coming out and upgrades. No idea of a release date or anything like that. Same with the whole, you know, rumor of plastic Krieg with orcs. I finally got to see, man, was I right? I finally got to see one of those, what are they calling them? Cruel Boys or whatever in Age of Sigmar from 3.0, or 3rd edition AOS. It was the Warhammer community video where they show how to paint it. I'm gonna make fun of it because, you know, the comments are turned off, and you know, you're not really allowed to do anything on any Warhammer community videos, which is hilarious. But the guy who was painting it, his mannerisms were trying to mirror what Duncan does, and I just started laughing. I couldn't contain myself. The next thing was, man, that model is hideous. I mean, I don't even know what they were thinking. It doesn't even, to me, it doesn't even pass itself off as an orc. I even tried to give it some credit, I think, in one of my videos about it being like the Urukai from Lord of the Rings or whatever. Not even close, man. That thing is super ugly. I think it was an epic fail, personally. So, but it is what it is. It is what it is. Alright, we got to figure out how these autocannons go on. I'm not exactly sure, so I'm gonna scroll through the pictures here, see what's happening as best I can. I mean, not the autocannon, I mean the drum. Alright, that looks like... hard to figure out here. Okay, I think I figured it out. Let's see. Is that how it goes? Nope. Maybe this way. That looks like it might be better. It'll look better at least. Because otherwise I've got a big giant gap here. Oh, no, there it goes. Okay, I'm tracking now. It just was at the wrong angle, I guess. What? Wait a minute. That doesn't make any sense, because that's not even connected. Show you guys what I'm talking about here. That's showing a gap there, and this is showing a gap. But if I turn it over, I can eliminate most of that gap and make it look like there's something there. But then that feed tray from the drum doesn't exactly make any sense. Let's see. Doesn't exactly give me a... If you look at this, I mean, this is what I'm dealing with, is this giant opening here. So it doesn't exactly give me, you know, again, there's no instructions for this stuff. I guess that's just how it goes. Huh. Because there's that gap. No, that can't be right, because there's nothing. If I do it this way, it seems to make more sense. This goes in there like that. Except that little piece is sitting up, and that's not how it is in the picture. Okay, so if I go lower maybe? Yeah, right there, that's what I'm looking at. Alright, so I think we're gonna roll with that. Get some glue on there. Marry that up a little bit. See if we can turn our model over. We've got a lot of glue we're messing with here, so that's the only mistake I made. That's all me. Come on, man. I'm trying to keep it in the camera too, so that's a little bit of a challenge. Except that the apparently the cannon is not glued down yet, so let's just hold it. Hold the line. Hold it. Hold it. Let's try some skin cells. Are you telling me even the skin cell technique is not working? What? Ah, see, there you go. It works 60% of the time, every time. Who remembers that? Ron Burgundy. I'm kind of a big deal. Now, I wonder if these are different. I didn't look at that because you get two. If they are, that's gonna stink. I don't. Maybe not. No, they're not different. Okay. That's close. Close call there. I'm just gonna throw this out there. You can take it, give it back. I want to be on you. That's what this Autocannon mag is saying to the Autocannon. Apparently the Autocannon said, okay. Brick kill the guy with a spear. Or yeah, with a spear. I love lamp. Can't believe that even got into my head. Wouldn't that be something to start using the theme music from that for my channel on the opening? I haven't seen that movie in a long time. Dorothy Mantooth is a saint. I think it's Dorothy. Pretty sure Dorothy Mantooth. All right, so far so good. Alright, I'm gonna wait on those guys because I think they still need a cure, and of course the autocannons themselves need a cure. We will not be taking the where are they? We will not be taking these shell casings and putting them on the ground. Again, just like with the heavy bolters, I'm going to wait on that once I get, you know, the basing and stuff down. That'll be, you know, long after I prime things and blah blah blah. So we will not be doing that. missed. Might as well check them all. I'm also starting to think that maybe I need to change up my setup here. I leave all this stuff out because I figure it's more interesting to look at that and what we're trying to accomplish than just sitting here watching me do this. The problem is if I'm not in the right location, the autofocus is, you know, it's blurry. So, of course, you know, I'm not the most experienced YouTuber. We are operating off of the equipment that we can afford at the time, but hopefully down the road we will be able to do more. Now that's weird. He's pointing, but he's not looking in the direction he's pointing. Or maybe he's supposed to be looking over at the gunner. I'm trying to think here. Maybe he's supposed to be looking over at the gunner while pointing in a general direction. That's what I'm thinking. I mean, you know, see what I mean? Like his finger's that way, but he's looking over off to the right. So, or his left, I'm sorry. Maybe I just need to be closer to the camera with my hands when I'm doing this. Okay, that arm is up a little too high, I think. Shit. Hope it was right. Okay, and last guy for that side. For some reason we put glue on him, but we chose someone else. Huh, weird. Funny how that works sometimes. Okay, that arm, there we go. I was gonna say that arm has to be too high. Alright. And then what am I gonna do? What did they do with the extra I don't see it. Looks like they don't even have the extra magazine or drum on here. Maybe it's attached to him? No. Nope, they don't have it. Oh, and that's something else I'm going to do. I think I might have mentioned this to you guys. I'm going to be making more molds of the, you know, the Earthshaker shells and stuff in the boxes. And then I'm also going to do the same with the mortars. And I don't have to do that with all of these guys, but I thought about, I don't know, the possibility of, you know, like these heavy bolter shells and stuff, you know, they're the right size that it's supposed to be, I guess. Or maybe I'll just find something that's comparable, because back in the day what I would use is I'd get the thinnest weed eater cord that I could, and I would cut that up, and it looked pretty good, you know, for the most part, but I mean it was considerably, you know, bigger than what would really fit inside the magazine of a bolter. I think it was probably closer akin, well shoot, it was still even thicker than these Autocannon ones, to be honest with you, now that I think about it. And that reminds me, I gotta take these sights off. I didn't even see that. But I think that's something that I'm... Oh, that's not good. Are you telling me we're missing a sight? Dude, no way. I don't think I can duplicate that. That is super small. I may have to just make one out of... When I say duplicate, I mean with the, you know, the, I don't know, man. It sure looks like we're missing one. Dang, dude. Come on. Every time I turn around, something else is missing. Well, we may have to fashion one out of something else. I'm trying to think at the moment what I could do. I know it's possible. I mean, my brain's telling me it's possible. I just need a really... Hell, I could probably fashion it out of the buttstock of a las gun, come to think of it. Or I could fashion it out of a pouch. That actually might be better, because then all I've got to do is cut down in there and hollow it out. Yep, I think that's what we're going to do, guys. We're going to use that pouch instead. Not this pouch, but I mean a pouch. I've got plenty, believe me. Bigger ones too. Dang. Well, I mean, you guys are getting to see, you know, the joys of Forge World, if you will. It is what it is. There's not a whole lot we can do about it. Actually, there's nothing we can do about it other than make our own parts. I'm not sure why this is leaning over like that, so I'm going to have to bend it slightly to get it back into place. That looks halfway decent. And because, let's see, where is that? It's back pretty far. I need to check that out. See if we can get a little... Alright, so it's back here behind the thing, obviously, so it looks like it's right here on this rail. Okay, and I'm electing to put it on these that have the more messed up barrels that I gotta reheat or heat. I actually haven't heated these at all, because it will keep me from having to, when I make the new one, it'll keep me from, it'll help it blend in better. I don't know how to explain it. It just does, at least for me. And you know, call it my OCD, call it whatever you want. All right, so while we're waiting on that stuff to dry, let's see here. Let's see what we've got for pouches. Yeah, here's these long ones, because I knew I had these. And then this is going to be the most tedious thing in the world. Gonna need a sharper blade for sure. And I'm gonna use the top flap as the bottom of this sight, so it has more mass to it. So I've got to cut from here. Careful, careful. Be careful at home, kids. I'm also not cutting all the way down. I'm cutting to the flap, so that way I have just a little bit of forgiveness, and I'll work it in. You know what I'm saying? I'll work it, you know, as deep as I need it to be. I don't have to go as deep as the rest of these, and to be honest with you, I don't think I'm going to go any further. And then I'm cutting this middle part. You guys can't really see it because I don't even know if the camera, if I move it, can even... Here, let me try. I don't think you're even going to be able to tell what I'm doing. But what I did was I made two cuts, you know, on the inside of this. Hold on. Maybe I can pick this up and show you. I just don't think it's going to show. Well, yeah, okay, you can see it. I made two cuts, one on each side on the inside of it, and then I'm cutting in the middle on the piece that's left, so I can cut that out. And then what I'll do when I don't have all of that tension on there, I will trim up the sides. Does that make sense? Hopefully. That way hopefully I keep from breaking it and having to start over with a new one. But this will work. I promise you this will work. Just go from side to side carefully. I think I might have just actually broke the side here, but nothing that can't be glued back because it's not cut. Come on, get in there. And be careful the pressure you're putting on this, because you can go right through and cut your finger. Sorry this is off camera, but it's easier and safer for me to do this on my cutting mat versus trying to hold it up. So let's see here. We've got dogs barking and everything else. Of course that would, oh man. Alright, there's the side of it, so I didn't quite lose it, so that's good. Just gonna trim up the inside of this, and we'll glue that other piece back on. So let's see here. Okay, looks like we have some success, at least for that side. And then this side is thin enough that it's going to work for me. And then I'm going to show you guys. You're going to like this, I promise. You're going to like this. Let's see here. Let me move this out of the way so I can see what the hell's going on. Alright, so I'm going to put that on there first. Actually, yeah. And I do have to be careful because I don't want to break the other side off. I mean, it's literally no more or less fragile than the ones that it came with, if that makes sense. Oh yeah, this is gonna work great if I can just get it to not twist with the surface tension of the glue and everything. Alright, it wants to play games with me, so we're gonna need to figure out the game. And oh gosh, man, come on, dude. Just bear with me here. We'll let that sit for a second, clean up this blade with this blade because it's got a little too much glue on it. Steel sharpens steel. Although I highly doubt this is steel. Could be, but I don't think so. Alright, so That's on there, sort of. Alright, we got our other little piece here that you guys can't see right now, but trust me, it's there. Put a little bit of glue. I gotta be careful, because if I'm not careful, this will fold over into the other side. You know, that might not actually be a bad idea now that I think about that, because I can always separate it with the blade. So I'm not gonna lose my mind over it. Come on, man. Damn, tweezers aren't getting it. No! Alright, let's try a different technique by stabbing it and then placing it, which is something I do quite a bit more often than I use tweezers. Let's get this other blade here. Try to get it off. I think I've stabbed it too much. It's way in there. Yeah. Oh man, come on. Alright, we're gonna have to try to use the tweezers. If I can get the tweezers on the top edge, should be good. There we go. Actually, that's the wrong side. Crap. You know, one of the things I want to do in my lifetime before I croak. Oh crap, where'd it go? There, no, that's not it. And I have never done one. Is I want to make. Did I really just lose that piece? Come on, dude. I want to make a ship in a bottle. But what I'm thinking about doing, instead of assembling a ship in a bottle, is doing something Warhammer related in a holy crap, I think I did lose it. Oh, man. In a Warhammer, style thing inside of a sphere. Is this it? Oh, there it is. I'm like, damn. I think it would be really cool to try something really intricately detailed inside of a bottle, but having to do it the whole time, in the bottle. I mean, that's the whole point, right? So, come on, baby. Oh. I'm gonna let you lean over. Okay, you don't want to lean over. Any other time, I guarantee you'd do that. You'd probably glue yourself. But hold on here. Hold on. Hold the phone. Damn, fell right over as soon as I put that glue on. Now you may think to yourself, we could just stick the blade in between and that would hold it. No, the blade will glue to it just as much as anything else will. So, oh man, I thought we had it finally. There we go. We got it. Holy smokes. I mean, unless you're really looking, you would not know the difference between that and this. And let me show you what I'm talking about here. So I can get this to angle right in the camera, and then I'll try to zoom in. So it fell over again. Dang it. So this one right here is the one we're working with. That's the one we're working with. And yeah, the camera's not really giving it the justice due. Okay, maybe you can see it now. The one on the right is the one we made out of a pouch, and then here's the one from Forge World that we're missing. I mean, it's so tiny and small and insignificant, you're not, I mean, no one's gonna know. It's awesome. All out of one of these. The one on the far right. That's what we made it out of. And you saw it here live on Badger TV. I'm kidding. Hold on, what's going on here, camera? There we go. Alright. I'm going to add a little more glue up here, just so it'll drip down in that gap and seal that deal for me. Alright. These guys should be done now. I'm tempted to put them on there, but it's just one more thing I gotta deal with until I get these guys squared away, who should be ready to go on now. The first thing I need to do though is I need to get them underneath the gun. And of course this is the one we just made, so I'm gonna have to worry about that. He just fit perfect. That's awesome. What are the odds? That didn't happen yesterday, that's for sure. And of course I want his head kind of pointed down range. Alright. Let's get a little glue on his feet there. Make sure he's not going to go anywhere. I'll do the same for these two guys. And actually I'm going to go ahead and put some glue on there on the bottom of them for now, just to get it going. Now some of you may be thinking to yourself, you're looking at this going, man, you know, look at all that extra glue and everything he's got going on. It looks like a stinking mess. Well, you're not wrong. But I will tell you this, that you're not going to see any of that. You know, it's all going to dry, not in a puddle. First of all, you're going to prime right over it, and it really doesn't matter. Now, when you have problems like this where you want to give it a dynamic feel, but the damn, you know, bipod leg is in the way, now that's a different story. But I'm sure I can make it work. I just got to think outside the bun. And the way I'm going to have to do that, if I take a look at this guy, okay, I don't want to cut the trench coat, which is the part that's messing me up. So I'm going to try to slide it underneath like that to get his arm under there, but that's not working either. So the easiest way to do this is going to be to bend the support leg out if I can, which I just did. So that works. That allows this guy to slide in there like I need him to. And then again, once you have the basing material and everything else on there, you're not even going to notice what happened. It'll be next to impossible to notice unless you're really looking for it, which, as weathered as everything will be and stuff like that, nobody's going to pay attention to that. I need to get this guy forward more. And then we need to drop the gun down. If I can get it not to stick to me. Make sure he's still looking down range. He is somewhat. Alright, good to go. We'll leave that alone. Get our last dude on there. There we go. Only issue is this gun and the hand are not exactly touching, but a little bit of glue will bridge that gap, and again, it's not something you're going to notice. Alright, cool. And if it's bothering you like it is me, this puddle here, you can always just take some extra sprue or whatever and, you know, just kind of spread it around, wipe it down, wipe it off, whatever. Even if it's gelled up. Kimber, that's enough. It's my my big attack squig. There we go for those guys. And so the only thing we got left to do is to put these guys on, put their arm on, and figure out what we're going to do with this extra drum, which I think with the drum we're just going to sit it. I think we're going to sit it up and down like that. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. So I'm going to go ahead and put the drum down. And the other part of it is, if you take a look at the drum, you see how we got this gnarly piece here. Well, there's not a whole lot I can do about that, the way that it was done. So I'm just going to point that inwards towards the model where you're not going to see it. You know what I mean? And get it a little closer, and then it won't really matter. I don't want to do too much because I want to still be able to show or see the, you know, under here. Oh, you can't even see what I'm doing. Under here, the actual shell casings, I want them right there. So, and then I can actually cover that gnarly part up if I want with some, you know, basing material or something like that. So. It's not as bad on all of them, but it's, you know, it's still there, so that's essentially what we're going to do for all these guys. Let's see here. Alright, let's put these guys on here. And we're going to put them basically at the base of, you know, the bipod leg and the ammo drum. So that way, and I want to turn him in such a way that he's pointing in the direction that the barrel is pointing. If that makes sense. I'm sure it does to you guys. But these guys are pretty top forward heavy, so they don't really want to hold themselves. So I'm going to grab the old trusty commissar and have him use his plasma pistol to hold this guy in place. I hope. I don't know if it'll reach. I may have to move him over. There we go. Except his foot is not on the ground. Okay. So that part's not working, or trying to work. work. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna prop his leg up. I don't know if you guys can see what I did there, but right here I got his knee propped up against the bipod. He's still got to come over more though, because his foot was in the air. The problem is his arm isn't really up at that point. So I'm gonna have to lean him back anyway. We'll just go with that, and I'll just take that up with the you know, the basing material that'll be there. We're house sitting dogs, and so we've got a bunch that are little yappers that don't have any real discipline. Put it that way. And therefore it's setting off the rest of them. It's like a minefield of yappers. Alright, this guy does not want to play ball with me. Him closer, that way I can put stuff around them. There, that works. Okay, and then the last guy, sometimes it is literally just a balancing act. Come on, man. Come on. Trench coat is in the way. All right. He's leaning over too much. Alright, there we go. Okay, so the only thing we've got left, as you guys can see, is these three arms to put on these three autocannon guys, and you know, terrain stuff like that, which I'm not concerned about right now. I got carried away with the heavy bolters because I just love a heavy bolter, but you know, I love the belt fed stuff and things like that. So all that said, thank you guys for tuning in. Again, please like, share, comment, subscribe. Follow us on Discord and Facebook and Instagram. And if you'd like to support the channel, links are below. And we'll see you next time.